Hello, and welcome to The Flick in the Frame. This is Thought Bubbles, first episode of Thought Bubbles. This is the show where we cover the comic books so you don't have to. Basically, we're going to break down everything in this comic book, give some delightful, fun commentary. My name is Ryan.
And I'm Ty.
And today, we're going to be looking at Batman Under the Red Hood, 2005. That's what we're here today to talk about.
2005 is actually something that kind of blew me away because I guess my only first experience with this storyline was actually the animated movie, which came out in 2010, 2008, somewhere in that time frame.
Yeah, I would say like early 2010s. And I rewatched it recently. You did too.
So did I, yeah.
And man, it really still holds up. Actually, fun fact, so the writer of this comic book was Judd Winnick. He wrote the original comic book and he adapted it for the screen. He wrote the screenplay for this.
Well, I'll tell you what, one really fun thing about looking at these comics is looking at Red Hood and hearing Jensen Ackles' voice come through the page.
He does a great
little bit of Dean Winchester just on the screen. I'm really enjoying that.
He has a great performance in the movie. Bruce Greenwood, he is, I think it's his first time playing Batman as well. He does a nice Batman. Neil Patrick Harris
as
is Nightwing.
I believe he also voices certain Spider-Man characters as well, if I'm not mistaken. That might be.
I would have to look it up, but how would I do that with all these devices around me? I don't know.
It's not Mark Hamill as the Joker, though. So,
no, John DiMaggio.
John DiMaggio.
Yeah, of Bender, Jake the Dog fame, many others.
And I'll be honest, sounds great.
I love it.
When I first watched that movie, it took me probably halfway through hearing the Joker speak before I even realized that it wasn't Mark Hamill. I think they both just play that character so well.
Yeah.
And you're right, it's more that raspiness that comes from Joe DiMaggio.
I love the opening scene of the movie where it's like, Jason, he's Robin, he's tied up and he's just beaten to shit. He's bloody, and Joker's, he's doing tell me which hurts worse. He's like, A or B? And he's just going at him.
Backhand.
He's just really enjoying himself, and it's a terrifying scene, but it's so captivating to watch. I think
in that same scene, a little bit afterwards, I really loved when he leaves, and Jason's crawling away. He gets to that door, he realizes it's locked, and he turns around and he sees the bomb, and you just see
all the
life
just leave from his face.
I mean, the fact that they were producing, that much emotion on an a 2D animation character in the early 2000s. A lot of
detail in that close up too.
It's a heart wrenching. Excellent. Just well done.
The writer was Judd Winnick, like I said earlier, illustrated by Doug Mank, worked on a lot of DC Comics. This particular issue that we're talking about today, this is Batman issue number 638. And this issue contains the major reveal of this arc. The major reveal being, spoilers, Ty.
Jason Todd is under the Red Hood.
He is under the Red Hood. You're right. He's under that Red Hood. So he's actually, the second Red Hood. It's pretty common knowledge at this point. The man now known as the Joker held the previous mantle, and he did it with a lot more class and style, as he claims.
More classy maitre d' than
motorbike
bondage
or whatever.
Leather bondage.
Yeah,
or something like
that. Yeah. But actually, funnily enough, this era in comic books, the early 2000s, 2004, 2005, saw two major legacy characters brought back from the dead as a villain. Do you know who the other is?
You're gonna have to remind me, Ryan.
So the first, obviously, Jason Todd, like we just talked about. The second, Robin, back as the new Red Hood. The other, Captain America's sidekick, Bucky Barnes,
Winter Soldier,
brought back as the Winter Soldier. Actually, 2004. He did it first. Marvel beat him to the punch.
Okay.
Ed Brubaker, he came up with the storyline for Winter Soldier. He had actually just finished writing a lot of different Batman comics before moving over to Marvel and doing this storyline.
I wonder if that's an idea that he maybe originally kind of pitched around the DC room.
I thought about that.
And it didn't hit, and so he went over to Marvel and said, "I've got an idea for Bucky."
Yeah.
And then DC saw the success of the Winter Soldier and was like, okay, well, never mind, we'll do something.
They're like, we could do that.
We could bring Jason back.
But DC, they were hot on Ed Brubaker's heels on resurrecting one of their legacy characters as a villain. Anyways, Batman 638. So we're picking up kind of right here in the middle. Mr. Freeze, he's here, everybody. Look out. "Nice to see you, Batman," or Red Hood, whoever you are. He shows up, and currently he's working for Black Mask. So Black Mask, he's another of Batman's Rogues Gallery villains. You know this. He's in the animated movie as well. He is currently like Gotham's crime overlord. There was a recent event in Batman Comics. There's a crossover event known as War Crimes. And in this storyline, Black Mask basically came into power.
In this mainline continuity, I know he goes by Black Mask. Is it a mask, or does he have some sort of, Red Skull-esque deformity? Because I think in some continuities he does. It's more of it's a thing wrong with him. But in this one, I'm not quite sure.
So, from what I've noticed, DC editors are very inconsistent with that.
Yeah.
I think originally when he debuted, it was a mask, and he was like scarred up underneath.
Right.
And I could be wrong. And then eventually it just became his face. Like something happened and he just has permanent Black Mask face.
You think it's like a Jim Carrey mask situation where you put it on and it bonded with him permanently? You could never take it off again?
You get very horny.
Get some hammer space.
Yeah. But anyways, Black Mask, he's the crime boss now. He's in charge of everything in Gotham. And Mr. Freeze, they're kind of working together. Mr. Freeze wants him to know. He's like, by the way, like, we're not working together. This just kind of furthers my own personal interest.
It just works for me.
Right. Like, I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing this for me, but also kind of for you. So
yeah, he's got to get that money, save his wife.
Right. He's got bills to pay too. I'm sure he's got to keep the AC on. I'm sure his AC bills are through the roof. He's probably really struggling right now. Anyways, he shows up to this meet. Right. He's trying to buy this giant chunk of kryptonite.
What are you gonna do with that kryptonite? Huh?
He's gonna chip off a little piece of it. He's gonna put it on a ring. He's gonna give it to his girlfriend, Black Mascara. She's a new character. She's introduced later. She's not in this issue. But anyways, so he wants it kind of like as a deterrent to Superman. Because like what makes you more powerful than Superman? Well, having Superman's weakness on the palm of your hand. So he wants this kryptonite. He sends Mr. Freeze to go get it. And who shows up? Lo and behold, it's Red Hood. He's there. He's got his submachine guns.
And then actually we get a joke that's way better than the Black Mascara one that you just said.
Oh. Wow, okay.
He talks about, how much money is it and how much is a Chinese newspaper. Mr. Freeze hits him with a good old, it's 6 inches of Gotham Guardian.
The Gotham Guardian, Gotham's favorite newspaper.
It's no Daily Planet, but I'm sure it gets the job done.
Yeah. Do you think the paperboy he throws Daily Planets out to Gotham citizens? I mean, I guess it's across the bay.
What universe are we in? Is this
We're in the Zack Snyder universe.
Snyderverse where they're really just one tri-state area?
Toss the newspaper across the
ocean. Because Metropolis is supposed to be like a New York clone-ish, and Gotham's supposed to be like a Chicago clone. So
at least in the Dark Knight trilogy,
they're supposed to be a pretty decent bit from each other, you'd imagine.
Yeah, maybe they're not getting Daily Planets.
Isn't Central City also supposed to be Chicago though?
I couldn't tell you for sure. That's the Flash's
city. Yeah. And then you got Star City is where Green Arrow is, and Coast City is in
Central City might be Cleveland.
Cleveland, Ohio. You heard it here first. Barry Allen is a denizen of Cleveland, Ohio.
He loves it. So yeah, he put some cash on top. He lined the rest of it with the Gotham Gazette. Obviously it's gone bad. His joke didn't really go over very well. Red Hood's upset. Mr. Freeze isn't taking it though. He's whipping out the freeze gun.
It's okay, Dr. Freeze. I laughed.
Dr. Freeze.
Mr. Freeze.
He pulls out the freeze gun, but lo and behold, red guns. He was holding those red hoods in his hand the whole time. And he just starts firing away. Mr. Freeze shoots a freeze blast. I guess freezes the bullets in midair. I guess
it's unclear.
Oh no, he's getting pinged. He's getting it.
It's unclear.
He's like bulletproof. This guy.
Yeah. I don't know if that's in any other Batman comics, but it just looks like glass to me. It's some strong glass, just bouncing right off.
He shoots up with freeze ray. Red Hood. Red Hood. He jumps up or whatever. He falls over. They keep shooting at him. And, but you thought that you're trapped in here with me, but wait, no. You thought I was trapped in here with you, but you're trapped in here with me. That's what he does.
There we go.
And all these guns pop out of from boxes and they just start unloading on these guys.
How long do you think it took him to set that trap up?
Days.
Before he got there, like, and
Weeks.
what if they changed locations of this deal?
Yeah.
Like they're like, oh, hey, actually, I gotta be here at 9, so we're gonna meet over here instead.
This works out better for me. Is it cool if we meet here?
It just seems like a strange plan.
Yeah. But Red Hood jumps up and does like probably a cool somersault, I'd imagine, maybe a cartwheel, and
something fancy,
something cool. Yeah, not as acrobatic as something Dick Grayson would do.
Puts a bomb right on his dome.
Right on his dome. Right on his dome. And then you think, oh, he's dead. He's so dead. Like the next frame is his head, and it's just exploded. Like he's dead.
This glass is not only bulletproof; it is also explosion proof.
It is explosion proof. He just dusts it off. But then who shows up? Oh, it's everybody's favorite guy. It's B-Man. He's here.
Come to kill the mood.
Yeah, guy. But he's brought Nightwing with him. Neil Patrick Harris is here too. He shows up and he's like, "We're gonna take that kryptonite now, thanks." And Red Hood's like, "I don't think so. I came here actually just so that you guys would show up. This was a trap. Goodbye." So Red Hood's boxes, they're still going off. Still shooting Mr. Freeze. He's just standing there, by the way. He's not moving. Yeah. It seems like he's just there.
What's his plan?
Well, have you ever played Minecraft?
More than I'm likely to admit, yes.
So there's a rule, kind of an unspoken rule in Minecraft.
Never build up, never dig down.
Well,
straight.
Mr. Freeze, I don't think has ever played Minecraft. He just freeze blasts his way out of there.
Hope you're on a water bucket, for sure.
He rides the ray up, all the way up, into the sky, and just gets away. And Nightwing says, slick.
Slick.
I would have said something like, ice.
That was an ice escape. Yeah, I get it. I get what you're going for. You got a really Arnold Schwarzenegger-esque view of Mr. Freeze.
Yeah. Yeah, but Nightwing's making the puns now. Yeah. But anyways, Batman's not impressed. He's like, yeah, whatever. And then they're like, all right, well, what about Red Hood? Oh, it turns out he got away.
Can we talk about how good Nightwing's hair looks in that panel right there? He's looking
yeah.
crisp in that, man.
It's like a little kind of like windblown, like a little kind of like
okay, Leo tussled. From Titanic.
Yeah. He's really leaning into that. So the deal goes wrong.
Obviously.
Seemingly nobody gets the kryptonite. We cut to an epilogue at the very end. We're at a carnival, a fun house. Who's inching closer? It's a shadowy figure. He opens a door. Who's in there? None other than infamous DC comic books villain
Jared Leto.
Jared Leto. It's him. He's preparing used condoms. He's putting them in envelopes, and he's getting ready to send them off to people.
Method.
Yeah, he loves it. And Jason Todd's just like, this is going to be fun for me. I'm just going to really let loose here. And just starts beating him with a crowbar.
Just some poetic revenge if I've ever seen it.
I bet that feels so good.
In this next page here where you see all, piece by piece, that hand just sinking further and further down as the resistance just falls out of him. He's
just blacked out.
It is gnarly.
But anyways, he's bleeding all over the floor. He's really trashed. And we finally get the reveal that this guy in a red domino mask was under the Red Hood the whole time. Who is it? Find out next issue on Batman. Now it's Jason Todd. Todd, if you had to rate this on a scale of 1 to 10, what's your rating?
6.5 is pretty fair.
Yeah.
This comic had some really, really great panels, some really good art.
Doug Mank on the art, yeah.
Exactly. I just think that, story-wise, it leaves a little bit to be desired for me, personally. But I'm sure that other, stories in this art kind of lift that up. The more overarching
this was only one issue.
Exactly,
Todd.
One issue. This
Maybe
one
we'll come
issue.
Back to the rest.
6.5.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to give this a solid 8 Red Hoods out of a possible 10 Red Hoods. I like this storyline a lot. I feel like there are very cheap ways of bringing back legacy characters into canon, and I feel like it does it well. Later on, they kind of their explanation for why Jason Todd comes back is a little silly. Basically, Superboy Prime punches reality so hard that it reawakens his corpse. So
the Lazarus Pit was way better.
The movie adaptation, I think, covers it a little better. Yeah, and he does get some Lazarus Pit interaction, I think, in the regular DC Comics continuity as well. But overall, I'm a fan of this. I like it a lot. I definitely think that it is one of the better Batman storylines.
Oh yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
6.5 is a good rating.
6.5, 8. Yeah, that averages what to like
7.25.
There you go. Good thing you're a math whiz, Todd.
So that was Batman 638, arguably the most important comic in this particular Under the Red Hood storyline.
Definitely stands out.
Obviously, we didn't cover the entire arc, but maybe give us a like.
Ooh.
Maybe give us a comment. Ooh. Or maybe give us a little bit of a subscribe. And we could come back to this later.
Would we?
I think we could.
We could. Yeah. Let's see how this goes. Yeah. Like and subscribe. But anyways, thanks for joining us today. We will see you next time here on Thought Bubbles. This has been the Flick in the Frame. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, it's me again. Just me. Ty's not here. It's about 2:30 in the afternoon, so Ty's probably still asleep. Once Ty goes back to that bog that he lives in, it's just really, really hard to get a hold of him sometimes. But just wanted to come back and say quickly, thanks again for watching the video. We really appreciate you clicking on us and watching the video. We actually recorded this as like a little demo just to see if this was something that me and Ty could do, and we really liked how it turned out. We wanted to share it with you guys. So thanks again for the watch. We are planning on releasing more content very soon, different types of series and shows and whatnot, so stay tuned for that. Thanks. Bye.